And the TORA bomb squad are going to add a little boom to all of this, Joe.
Absolutely. Of course, the B25, the medium bomber that we all know and love. And this aircraft is here representing Second World War veterans. During, of course, the first months of World War II, the news from the Pacific was only about defeat, and the morale of the American public and the military was at its lowest point. But step forward the man for the time, Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Doolittle. And he was tasked with planting the raid that launched the B-25 from the Army, from the American aircraft carrier, the Hornet. And of course, we know what happened next. Without knowing their target or even their destination, the 17th Bomb Group volunteers took off from that ship and began their trip. The B-25's 80 men, one mission, payback for Pearl Harbor. Bomb doors open. The original plan was to launch B-25s within 300 miles of Japan, but unfortunately they had pickets outside, and about 600 miles out they were spotted. So the pilots had to take off, not knowing even if they'd make it to Japan. And they did, of course. No B-25s or crew were lost during the actual bombing of the targets over Japan. But of course they couldn't turn around and go back to the carriers. They had to carry straight on. One B-25, after dropping its bombs, experienced excessive fuel consumption. He ended up going off to Vladivostok in Russia. But the rest of the B-25 soldiered on, and they were trying to make it to China. And some of them did. 2 men were drowned after ditching. 1 died from his parachute malfunction. 9 Japanese lines, and they managed to escape and get back with the help of the militia. Notice I'm keeping quiet when the aircraft comes through. Well, that's because I just love the sound of those Wright Cyclone engines. 2 of them strapped onto the B-25, producing 3,400 horsepower. Now, to put that into context, most SUVs, what are about 300 horsepower? So that's like 11 SUVs just going past in this wonderful machine. So get ready as we see the aircraft will be coming back very shortly. Panchito crew is now going to drop down. It's approaching to level bombing run. The bomb doors will open up again. And the original design, of course, for the B-25 was a medium altitude level bomber. But there was so many variants. This variant would be the J variant. And you'll notice 50 cals all over the front of the nose of the aircraft. It can actually train 8 of those 50 caliber weapons on the ground. That's a lot of lead heading your way. So look out from your left. You'll see the aircraft approaching with its bomb bay doors open. This is one of the few aircraft here that you can actually fly. If you have a multi-engine rating, Larry and his team up at the Delaware Aviation Museum offer a chance to get your type rating on this actual aircraft you're seeing here today. We've got to say a big thanks to the team as well. We just saw that beautiful glint of the sun bouncing off that polished aluminium. Can you imagine? You will never complain about polishing your car again if you've got to polish a B-25. And they really do a fantastic job. It takes a long time. As I said, if you want to contact the DelawareAviationMuseum.org, the flight training schedules are on there. You can do a pilot in command. You can do a second in command as well. Or even, if you're for that special person in your life, you can arrange a flight in it. So get ready for Panchito. It's coming back around for its final pass to give you one more chance to get that signature photograph and the sun bouncing off it as well. So as I said earlier, flying the plane, Larry Kelly, the owner and operator, and sitting beside him, the right-hand seat, is Sabrina Kipp. She's second in command today. And also we have a safety officer on board, Sarah Jasorski. Larry Kelly and the B-25 Panchito.
8,000 redeemed. Let's just watch and listen to the music of that bird. than just the music of the Merlin too. The aircraft airframe is quite musical. The inner gun ports set back in. The holes in the wing at the right angle of attack make a whistle sound that actually harmonizes with the engine noise. You just noise. I can't call it noise. The music it makes, and as tightly as possible. Jeff Limbaugh building up that airspeed again and again. Let's just listen. Haven't heard much of the whistle yet. The angle of attack has to be just about right, but the other music, that sound you hear coming from the cooling system, Joe, almost a jet thrust type effect, way ahead of its time.
Absolutely. Well, this aircraft was cutting edge at its time. Its wing laminar flow, first time they ever had that. That's what gave it that fantastic range. But if you look just underneath the nose, that air scoop there, it's a very, very short little range. And also the Mustang, my very first job in doing commentary, I had 2 years in the back of a P51D. It was, I know, rubbish, eh? It was owned by Dave Gilmour from Pink Floyd. And Dave, I knew through radio anyway, and he said, you can go and talk about it. And the problem with these aircraft, you'll notice when they're taxiing out, they don't like taxiing, especially on hot, sunny days like today. So that air cooling system, they really don't want to start up and start taxiing until 100%, yeah, we're definitely going, because they can't hold for very long.
So the two coolers inside, you had a vent on the back too, and it actually gave the airplane a little bit of a push, an aerodynamic benefit.
Yeah, absolutely. And they were using the airflow coming through and sitting it out the side. Of course, the original design with the Allison engine, it was okay. But then, of course, the British came along and gave you the Merlin, and now it's a game changer. That aircraft, that height in particular, it was unstoppable.
More of the aircraft taxiing out below from different eras too, as Panchito taxis by. Trainer 51D, gunfighter above.
Rick, of course, you know, Goering said when he saw P51Ds over Berlin, in his memoirs, he wrote, I knew the war was lost. When I saw a single-seater fighter over Berlin, I knew that's the end of it.
Yeah. And that they could get there, the range and the Cadillac of the skies, it's earned all of its accolades, and it still looks so impressive today. Again, we watch and listen. So impressive, way up over on the loop. He's setting up due for some